I quit social media for 5 years, and in this video I'm going to tell you what happened and why you should do this as well, or at least reduce your social media consumption massively. The reason I quit social media 5 years ago was pretty simple. I got into self-improvement, but at that time it was not like it is today. It was not that famous in the internet. I just heard about it a couple of times and decided, okay, let's give it a try. And simultaneously, I heard about this concept that when you write with women on your mobile phone, then they kind of lose interest in you and this sort of stuff. So I tried, okay, let's quit social media and reduce my phone consumption. What also contributed to quitting social media was that initially I shared social media a lot with friends. I was in a friend group and I sent them snaps, but this friend group was kind of negative and was gravitating towards doing some kind of illegal stuff and those things that I did not really want to be part of anymore. So I decided to leave them. And this was also contributing to me getting some distance to my phone. And so all those factors played a role. But what actually happened when I started to quit social media? I got mental freedom. And what I mean by this is I spent way more time alone. My mental capacity was pretty much skyrocketing because I was not distracted anymore. I had time on my own. I thought about my goals. I got clarity what I want from life. This was a pretty big game changer for me because at the time before I was distracted so much because external influence was just raining on me. I had so much more time for my own thoughts. And to be honest, at the same time, I felt quite a bit lonely because there was not so much noise. You were not in contact with people all the time. But at the same time, as I said, I left my friend group, so this might contribute to this factor of feeling more alone. But I think when you spend much time on social media, you also do not feel fulfilled because social media just leaves an empty void inside of you. Because yes, you get filled with content and people, you have contact to them because you send text messages or pictures, but it's not a real contact. So my true relationships in real life, they grew, they went up, they got better. But this kind of loneliness feeling arose and kind of a feeling of losing something because my life changed, and when your life changes, you always lose part of your old identity. So I think this is kind of normal in the process. What I also experienced was that my mind got more sharp. I spent more time alone, so I visualized more goals, I thought more about certain things. But at the same time, you do not get distracted, so your mind is more clear. You're removed from external influences, and this gives you more freedom, more clarity of what you're actually doing. And so also more consciousness. And I think this is even one of the best things about quitting social media. You're more conscious about your feelings, about your thoughts. You're present in the current moment and you're not thinking about other things. Because what I realized when I was spending much time on my phone back then, you're constantly thinking about something. You're involved in your own mind, thinking about, oh, I saw that meme and that creator did this thing and this happened. And you're not present when you're eating, for example, or when you're staying and waiting for the bus, for example. You're currently thinking about this digital world and you're getting detached from actual reality. And when this went away and I was more present and more conscious in real life, this was so much better and it caused so much more happiness inside of me. I also was less driven by the opinions and presumptions of other people because you get influenced so much on social media because you spend so much time there, but it is also such a powerful weapon for the enemy to sharpen your identity, because you get so much pictures and so much emotion out of this that your identity is so hard correlated to what you see there in the digital world. And you see so much there that it's just crazy. And when I removed social media, I realized that I got more conscious about my own values and my own goals. You don't realize this when you're so much on TikTok and Instagram, but your values and your goals are so much determined by what you see and what you experience in the digital world that you actually do not even really know who you are, because you're firstly not spending the time into digging deep and searching inside yourself what you actually want to and actually need. But at the same time, you're not conscious that your goals and that your actual personality gets changed by what you see in the digital world. I really encourage you and encounter you to try quitting social media. If it's hard for you, don't quit instantly, but just quit one app that's easy for you. Then start the next app and finally do this until you quit every app. And you will realize such a big change in your development.